Did you ever imagine the day Lionel Messi would walk into a brand new MLS stadium as the leader of Inter Miami? Because that day is here and it's shaking the entire football world. But behind the cheers and fireworks lies a massive challenge. Can one legend rewrite the destiny of a club that's been rebuilding for years? What happens tonight could change MLS forever, and trust me, you won't believe what's about to unfold next. We'll explain everything in this video, step by step, don't skip it. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because football history is about to get a brand new chapter and Lionel Messi is holding the pen. Tonight, Inter Miami steps onto the pitch for their MLS debut at their stunning new stadium, and who's leading them? None other than the man who turns pressure into poetry, the magician who bends physics just for fun, Lionel Messi himself. This isn't just a match, this is a moment, years in the making. Inter Miami's roller coaster journey, the building struggles, the explosive signings, the doubts, the drama, it all comes crashing together under the bright lights of this brand new football fortress. And oh, the atmosphere, the stadium is buzzing like a beehive with too much caffeine. Fans chanting, flags waving, every camera locked on the number 10 who has done just about everything in world football, except this. Messi walks out, cool as you like, but you can feel the electricity bouncing off the walls. A new league, a new home, a new beginning, and a massive weight of expectations. Will he deliver? Well, when is he not? Inter Miami's squad looks sharper than ever, motivated, hungry, ready to rewrite their story, and with the GOAT steering the ship, they're not just aiming to win, they're aiming to dominate. So get ready, because we're not just witnessing a debut, we're witnessing a revolution in pink and black. Messi is here, the stadium is ready, the league is watching. And the MLS may never be the same again. Messi leads Inter Miami's MLS debut at the new stadium in a moment that feels larger than football itself, a moment that seems to pull the entire sporting world into one spotlight. The idea of Messi wearing the pink of Inter Miami once sounded like fantasy, and yet here he is, stepping onto a pristine pitch inside a groundbreaking new stadium, built almost as if it was waiting for him. His presence doesn't just elevate the team, it elevates the entire league, the fan culture, and the expectations surrounding American football. Every seat is filled, every fan is standing, and every camera lens is fixed on the man who has redefined modern football for nearly 2 decades. This debut isn't simply another match, it is the merging of a global phenomenon with a club and city desperate for a new chapter, a spark, a hero capable of reshaping destiny. The build-up to this moment has been immense. Inter Miami's journey from an expansion team struggling for consistency to a club capable of attracting one of the greatest players in history has been nothing short of a cinematic climb. Messi's arrival brought a wave of transformation, training intensity skyrocketed, tactical demands shifted, and the overall atmosphere around the club changed instantly. Players who once carried the burden of lifting the team now share the pitch with someone who carries the burden of lifting nations. Young talents treat him like a living university of football, absorbing his movements, discipline and decision-making. Veterans are reinvigorated, tapping into new motivation simply by being in his orbit. His leadership blends calmness with precision, guiding Inter Miami, not with loud speeches, but with the kind of silent example only legends can set. The stadium itself adds another layer of significance. Brand new, modern, and built with ambition, it becomes the perfect stage for a debut that the world is watching. The design amplifies noise, and tonight that noise is a wall of sound, a mixture of roaring fans, endless chants, and the type of emotional energy that only appears when history is unfolding in real time. The club's supporters know exactly how big this moment is, not just for the team, but for Miami, for MLS, and for football culture in the United States. Messi's name is displayed everywhere, on shirts, banners, scarves, and giant screens that replay every warm-up touch like it's a preview of something magical about to happen. Every narrative converges on this kickoff. Messi, the global icon, stepping into a new league. Inter Miami, the once struggling club, now armed with firepower and belief. MLS evolving faster than ever and embracing its most monumental signing. For the first time, supporters from South America, Europe and the Middle East tune in with equal curiosity, wondering how Messi will imprint his style on a league known for physicality, pace and unpredictability. On the pitch, players from opposing teams glance at him in awe, knowing they're about to face a man who has tormented defenders across continents. The pressure, the excitement, and the responsibility all collide in one unforgettable night where Messi leads Inter Miami into a future that suddenly feels brighter, louder, and significantly more extraordinary. Inter Miami's historic moment for the club after years of rebuilding is the culmination of countless decisions, risks, setbacks, and a relentless ambition to become more than just another MLS franchise. From the beginning, the club carried the weight of expectation because of its ownership, its location, and its promise to bring global attention to American football, but the road was anything but smooth. The early seasons were marked by inconsistency on the pitch, disciplinary issues off it, constant tactical adjustments, and the pressure of trying to establish an identity while the world watched with curious eyes. Inter Miami had the glamour, the brand, and the vision, yet struggled to sew all those pieces together into a competitive force. Every defeat felt heavier because it wasn't just about points, it was about whether the club could truly evolve into the powerhouse it aimed to be. Those rebuilding years exposed the club's weaknesses but also helped shape its resilience. Management cycles shifted strategies, experimenting with different coaching styles, squad rotations, and youth development. The transfer market became both a challenge and a lifeline as the club sought a balance between star power and structural stability. The academy programme slowly began producing promising young players, while veterans from international leagues arrived with experience meant to strengthen the foundation. The supporters endured the turbulence, showing up through winning streaks, losing spells, and everything in between, clinging to the belief that the club was building towards something greater. That unwavering belief became the emotional backbone of Inter Miami's rebuilding phase. Behind the scenes, the club underwent major transformations. Training facilities improved, scouting networks expanded, and the front office redefined long-term targets to align with the club's evolving reality. Rather than chasing quick fixes, the leadership began prioritising sustainability, building a team culture, improving physical conditioning systems, investing in analytics, and ensuring that every new signing contributed to the identity the club was trying to form. The lessons learned from early missteps became crucial stepping stones for the club's next chapter. Each season, even the difficult ones, added layers of experience, maturity, and understanding of what it truly takes to compete at the highest level of MLS. The turning point came when Inter Miami's ambition matched opportunity, leading to a series of transformative signings that shifted the narrative entirely. Star arrivals injected the squad with technical brilliance and leadership, instantly raising standards across the team. Suddenly, training sessions became sharper, match tempo increased, and the locker room atmosphere evolved into one of hunger and belief. Younger players were pushed to elevate their performances, while experienced members of the squad began thriving under the renewed sense of purpose. The club's style of play started to look more fluid and cohesive, signalling that the rebuilding years had finally begun paying off. And now, standing on the other side of that long, stormy road, Inter Miami reaches a historic milestone that symbolises the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The debut at their new stadium, led by one of football's greatest icons, marks not just a game, but the validation of years spent struggling, restructuring, and dreaming of a moment where the club could finally step into its full potential. The massive fan anticipation and electric atmosphere surrounding Inter Miami's big moment have transformed the city into a pulse of non-stop excitement, with supporters from every corner gathering to witness a night they've been imagining for months. Long before kickoff, crowds began forming outside the stadium, creating a wave of noise and energy that only grew stronger as the sun set and the lights began to glow across the venue. Fans draped in pink and black lined the streets, waving flags, chanting songs, and celebrating the beginning of what feels like a new era, not just for the club, but for American football itself. Every conversation carries the same buzz: expectations, predictions, and dreams, swirling around one central question: how will Inter Miami rise on this historic night? Inside the stadium, the atmosphere is something close to indescribable. The stands are packed, every seat occupied by supporters who have invested emotionally in the club's journey and are now ready to explode with pride. The sound of drums, trumpets, and synchronized chants echoes across the arena, turning the entire venue into a living, breathing organism. Supporters groups bring the fire with relentless singing, choreographed displays and banners that capture the passion of the fan base. Families, long-time football lovers, new fans discovering the sport, local supporters and international followers all come together under one roof, unified by the anticipation of what's unfolding on the pitch. There's a sense that everyone present understands they are witnessing something special, something that will be talked about for years. The emotional weight is amplified by the significance of the debut at the new stadium. Fans aren't just watching a match, they're stepping into a home built from the dreams and struggles of the club's early years. The architectural beauty of the stadium, the crisp smell of fresh turf, the glowing lights and the spectacle of high-definition screens magnify every moment. The stadium becomes a stage where every cheer feels louder, every applause carries deeper meaning, and every roar reflects the hopes of thousands who have stuck with the team through the ups and downs. Supporters take photos, record videos, and share their experiences across social media, turning the event into a global celebration of football culture. A large part of the electricity in the air revolves around the presence of Lionel Messi. Fans chant his name long before he steps onto the pitch, eager to see the player who has shaped football history thrill them in their team's colours. The anticipation is so intense that even simple warm-up touches draw applause. Supporters know that this isn't just a player. It's a phenomenon who elevates every environment he steps into. Children wear his jersey with pride, adults reminisce about his legendary moments, and supporters of rival teams acknowledge the gravity of having him in the league. The crowd's energy surges every time his face appears on the stadium screens, creating a wave of excitement that rolls across the stands like a heartbeat gaining momentum. Throughout the stadium, anticipation blends with emotion, pride, hope, excitement, nervousness, and sheer disbelief that this day has finally arrived. People look around, smile at strangers, and discuss their expectations as if sharing a collective dream. The stadium lights reflect off the vibrant pink kits, the atmosphere vibrates with chants, and the collective heartbeat of thousands syncs with the countdown to kickoff. Every supporter feels part of something monumental, a moment where the passion of the fans merges with the ambition of the club, creating an electric environment that sets the stage for one of the most anticipated nights in Inter Miami's history. The high expectations on Messi's leadership and impact come from a blend of his legendary career, his reputation as a game changer, and the belief that his presence alone can elevate an entire football culture. From the moment he signed with Inter Miami, the pressure surrounding him was immense, yet familiar to a player who spent his life carrying the hopes of millions. Fans, analysts, teammates, and even opponents understand that Messi does not simply join a team, he transforms it. He brings with him a standard of excellence built through years of dominating football's biggest stages, from Champions League nights to World Cup finals. Inter Miami supporters expect his influence to be felt in every corner of the club, from scoring goals to inspiring young players to reshaping the mentality of the squad. Those expectations are not based on wishful thinking, they're based on decades of Messi proving that he can deliver brilliance even under the heaviest spotlight. Inside the locker room, his leadership is expected to redefine the team's culture. Messi leads not with loud speeches, but with precision, discipline, and the calm confidence that comes from mastering the game at the highest level. Younger players look up to him as the ultimate role model, studying his movements, his decision-making, and his unmatched work ethic. Veterans, too, feel the shift having someone of Messi's calibre beside them pushes them to elevate their own standards. Training sessions become more intense, communication becomes sharper, and the entire squad feels a new sense of urgency. He has a way of making every player around him believe that something greater is possible, and that belief alone is often enough to change performances on the pitch. At the tactical level, expectations soar even higher. Coaches and analysts anticipate that Messi will become the central figure of the team's identity, dictating play with his trademark vision, creating chances out of thin air, and unlocking defences that once seemed impenetrable. His ability to drop deep, orchestrate attacks, find impossible passing lanes, and still produce moments of individual magic gives Inter Miami an arsenal they've never had before. Opposing teams know that they must plan entire strategies around containing him, yet history shows that containing Messi is more theory than reality. His unpredictability, intelligence, and timing make him a threat from anywhere on the pitch, whether delivering the decisive assist or curling a shot into the top corner. The expectations extend beyond the field, stretching into the broader landscape of American football. Supporters and league officials alike believe Messi's presence will accelerate the growth of MLS, attracting global attention, improving youth development, and raising the competitive standard across all clubs. Stadiums sell out because of him, TV ratings spike because of him, and young players dream bigger because of him. Inter Miami carries the hopes of its fan base, but Messi carries the hopes of millions who want to see the sport flourish across the United States. Every game feels like an event, every goal like a headline, and every touch like a promise of something extraordinary. The belief in his leadership is not just about what he has done, but about what he can inspire others to do, creating a ripple effect that transforms a team, a league, and a culture waiting for its next evolution. The new stadium symbolises a fresh era for Inter Miami, standing as a testament to ambition, resilience, and the vision of a club determined to reinvent itself. From the moment construction began, the project was more than just building a venue. It was about creating a home that reflected the club's identity and long-term aspirations. Every architectural detail speaks to modernity and purpose, from the sweeping stands designed to amplify crowd noise to the state-of-the-art facilities built to attract world-class talent. The freshly laid pitch, the vibrant pink and black accents, the sharp LED lighting, and the panoramic sightlines all come together to form a stadium that feels like a landmark of renewal. It sends a message that Inter Miami is stepping into a new chapter with intention, confidence, and a commitment to excellence that goes far beyond aesthetics. This stadium isn't simply a structure, it's an emotional anchor for supporters who have endured the growing pains of the club's early years. Fans who stood by the team through turbulent seasons now walk into an arena that represents the dream they held on to. The atmosphere inside carries a sense of pride and ownership, as if every chant echoes with the memories of struggles, perseverance, and unwavering loyalty. The club's supporters finally have a fortress that reflects their passion, a place where their voices matter, their presence shapes the match, and their belief fuels the team's future. The stadium stands as a physical reminder that growth takes time, vision, and commitment, and now the fan base can feel the reward of their patience materialising in concrete, steel, and roaring stands. For the players, the new stadium embodies opportunity and responsibility in equal measure. It's a fresh environment built to elevate performances, offering facilities that rival those of top European clubs. From advanced recovery rooms to cutting-edge training technologies, everything is designed to bring out the best in the squad. Stepping into this arena, players feel a renewed sense of purpose, knowing they are part of something bigger than individual matches. The stadium becomes their battleground, their sanctuary, and their stage to create moments that will define the club's legacy. It's a place where new heroes can emerge, where young players can grow, and where veterans can lead a team hungry to prove itself on the biggest nights. The symbolism of the stadium extends beyond the club and into the wider landscape of American football. It represents MLS's evolution, its shift toward global relevance, its ability to attract top-tier talent, and its readiness to compete with major leagues around the world. With Messi leading Inter Miami into this new era, the stadium becomes even more significant. It transforms into a global spotlight, a venue that fans from different continents suddenly want to see. Every match played here carries the weight of international attention, turning the stadium into a cultural touchpoint that bridges communities and nations through football. The presence of a global icon in a brand new home elevates the narrative, making the venue not just a stadium but a symbol of what American football is becoming. Walking into this stadium feels like stepping into the future of the club. It represents everything. Inter Miami aims to be bold, modern, global, and relentlessly ambitious. The new home marks a reset, a clean slate, and a powerful signal that the club is ready to move forward with renewed strength and higher expectations. It stands as the physical embodiment of progress, built on the lessons of the past and the promise of what's to come. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe.